2016, I quit my cushy job at a hedge fund to write a play about my family's murder. I told my friends and family that this was about art. But in truth, I was on a spiritual vision quest. I was seeking closure to a relationship with someone I barely knew. The kid who killed my mother and brother. Over the next 7 years, I somehow managed not to hate him, but my grief and trauma did something a little bit weird. He became a non-person to me. He wasn't a person. He was the twister that broke into our house and ripped it open and threw it in some hellish version of the Oz, but not a person. And as I sat down to write the villain of my play in my life, I realized I had a name, some fractured childhood memories, a brief court document, and nothing else to go on. So I went to the source of all answers. Google. I Googled his prisoner ID number, and that's when the internet sucker punched me in the face. 2/3 of prisoners in his penitentiary spend 23 hours a day in solitary confinement in 8x10 cells with slats for light. And as I scrolled through case after case of human rights violations, suddenly he became a person to me again. And it was with little horror that I realized that although he may have killed them, we were still connected. And I realized the only way to get rid of this dude was to forgive him. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Ouch, my ears hurt. Yeah, so I hope you can excuse my horrible singing. But Elsa was my icon in 2013. Unapologetic for who she was and what she believed in. I, unfortunately, am not like that. I need closure. I need finality. I need answers to my questions. And most importantly, I need to learn how to let go. Fortunately for us, Sarah Montana teaches us the real risk of forgiveness and why it's worth it. So as I said, I had to let go and I had to forgive. How do I forgive? It's why should I forgive in the first place? Because if you're honest with yourself, there's only 3 reasons why a victim forgives automatically. 1, forgiveness is good. So if you think you forgive quickly, you automatically become a good person. Because that's how it works. 2, victims feel a lot of pressure from everyone around them to forgive quickly. It can come from friends, family, mixed up religious messaging, literally anyone. But it's so they can move on. so they can be more comfortable, not you. It's a crappy reason to do anything. 3, you think that if you forgive quickly, you can skip all that vulnerable, angry, messy, healing crap. Spoiler alert, that one will come back to bite you in the butt. For me, it was all 3 reasons. I like to think I'm a good person, I'm a people pleaser, and I really wanted to skip all that vulnerable, angry, messy, healing crap. But it turns out that forgiveness is such a potent force that none of those reasons were strong enough to make it stick. Just like love. If your motivation is selfish, even a good selfish thing like healing will collapse in and of itself, like a dying star. So why forgive? Why do it? Can't help save you or the other person. Can't heal you, at least not automatically, because that's not what forgiveness is designed to do. Forgiveness is designed to set you free. When you say, I forgive you, what you're saying is, I know what you did. It's not okay. But I recognize that you are more than that. I know that you are more than what you did once, one time in your life. I don't want to hold us captive to this thing anymore. I can heal myself. I don't need anything from you. But in order to forgive, you have to get super specific about what exactly it is you're freeing yourself from. I had to assess my own damages. Not what happened to my family, not what happened to society, not what happened to Mom or Jim, what happened to me. You see, I couldn't forgive him for killing Mom or Jim. I had to assess my damages. The wedding that I had without the 2 of them. Parts of me that my husband and kids will never understand without meeting the 2 of them. The way that my life was supposed to start at 22, and he broke it. My inherent sense of safety and belonging. I gotta be honest, I don't think are ever coming back. Those are my damages. So what am I owed? An apology, an explanation, a front row seat to their torture chamber? Maybe. Not the last part, but maybe you are owed all of those things. Which is why forgiveness is not the right thing in most situations. Forgiveness is only right when what you're losing feels like too high of a cost to bear. Losing myself in order to punish him felt like too high of a cost to bear, and it was there in that moment that I realized what had happened to me. And I knew that I was ready to let go. So, without further ado, I stepped away from Google, I sat down, and I wrote him a letter, and I said, look, what happened probably never be okay for either of us. But that doesn't mean I'm going to hold you to what you did one time, once in your life. I yearn to be more, to be whole, and I can't do that if I look at you as evil and make that the sum of your parts. I can heal myself. I don't need anything from you. Boom! Without further ado, dropped the letter to the mailbox, stepped away, never thought of it again, and it felt great. And I felt like I finally hit that spiritual tripwire. And you see, if you're ready to let go, the grief, the pain, the anger, the trauma that's been eating you alive, you're open to being who you are instead of always trying to punish yourself. I gotta be honest with you. All this forgiveness hypeness is legit. 10 out of 10, 5 stars, would highly recommend. Thank you.